Nigeria's housing deficit, estimated in the millions, continues to widen despite rising demand for affordable homes. While federal government efforts are ongoing, the pace of delivery remains slow, leaving families, young professionals and low-income earners unable to access decent shelter. Today on Business Express, we look at bridging the home gap, how Nigeria can accelerate affordable housing delivery, with a special focus on the role public-private partnerships can play in transforming home ownership. Joining us is real estate expert Emeka Nwankpa to help unpack where the gaps are, what's working, and what practical steps can move Nigeria closer to truly affordable homes. You're welcome to Business Express.
Thank you.
Let's begin by understanding Nigeria's housing deficit. It's usually quoted in large numbers. From your professional perspective, what does the deficit actually mean for ordinary Nigerians?
Okay, a lot of Nigerians have been displaced, and this has become a pandemic in this country as of today, which was one of the reasons why people like us had to step foot into real estate.
So let's look at the levels from federal and state levels. What initiatives are government putting in place for housing to be affordable for all?
Okay, the governments are trying, but I wouldn't say they are doing enough. There is a department called Housing and Urban Development. Their main duty is to regulate the prices of housing for common Nigerians, and also to help people that are being displaced off the streets. So I think the government should do a lot more, because these agencies are not being funded properly. So that is just, so I feel the government should do a lot more in making housing a lot more affordable by funding these agencies so they could carry out their duties effectively.
So you talked about funding. Let's look at how possible that is. Let's talk about public and private partnerships. What partnership do you think should be in place to accelerate housing delivery?
Okay, I think the government should make public land a lot more affordable and accessible for real estate developers. It will go a long way in solving the housing problems we're facing in the country as of today.
So let's talk about the private developers. A lot of Nigerians believe that private developers make houses that are too expensive for everyday Nigerian. So what should be in place to enable that the developers make houses that are affordable rather than premium housing?
Okay, I think it's a mindset, which was one of the reasons why Prem Homes Limited is existing today. If you're a developer, as a developer, you have no business with overrating or putting prices on things that should literally not be too expensive. For instance, if you're actually building a house, you should know the people you are targeting. If your targeted audience are for the low-income earners, you have no business with building a duplex on the piece of land. So we should do a lot more in, cutting down these things to accommodate the low-income earners. Everybody deserves a roof over their head.
That's very true. Let's talk about financing. It's believed that mortgage financing remains low in Nigeria. What must be done to make housing loans accessible to low and middle income earners?
The private and the government parastatal should actually come together. This is where the both sectors should really come together, put heads together. The government needs the private sector, so as the private sector also needs the government sector. Collaboration. You can't exist as a government without us on the private sector. So I think we should all, this government should come to a point where we need to sit on a round table and discuss these issues, because it is really a pandemic eating on the lives of Nigerians.
Thank you very much for your insights this afternoon, Mr. Emeka Nwankpa. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now moving on, considering the invaluable